Welcome back to our second episode of If You Don't Take Care of Your Body, Where Are You Going to Live? We're going to look at another lower body pattern, which is bending at the knee. We looked at hinging at the hip. This would be a knee-dominant exercise most associated with squatting. As before, we're going to look at it from a variety of ways of doing it. The simplest way to think about doing a squat is to use a chair, or in this case, we're going to use a regular weight bench. I'm going to come alongside the chair. This will give you the best view of what's going on with my back as well. My feet are hip to shoulder width apart, toes pointed straight ahead, weight stays on the heel. You'll notice my arms come out to counterbalance the weight of my hips going back first. So hips back first, bend at the knees, and come back up. I can progress this exercise to moving away from the bench and squatting down without the implement and coming back up. Now we're going to add resistance in the form of a dumbbell in what's known as a goblet squat. I am going to pick up the dumbbell and I am going to hold it as if I am holding a goblet. Notice the bottom of the dumbbell is resting against my chest. As I lower down to my squat, I touch, I come back up. Not only does this add resistance, it gives you some cueing as to when you're rounding your upper back. As I turn sideways, watch what happens to the dumbbell if I round my back. It came off my chest. If I can keep it on my chest, then I know my shoulders are aligned over my hips. We're going to now go to one leg work. Same rule as before. We want to see imbalances and we want to make sure that we're strong in each leg. So let's start right here. I'm going to put my arms in prisoner of war. You can keep them by your side, and I'm going to drive through the heel of the forward foot, come up, and go down. Again, we are doing this from the ground up because developmentally, that's how we learn to walk, and it is a good lead way into doing this work fully on one leg. Same idea. Drive up, no movement here, lower. So now we've set ourselves up with our foot elevated on the instep. And again, as with before, I want to make sure that I can push up through the heel. Always start unweighted, and I'm simply going to drive through the heel, come up, lower with control. I can add external resistance once again in the form of the dumbbell, resting against my chest. Come up, lower with control. The final and most difficult variation in this exercise is to do the one-legged squat to a bench. Notice we started on two legs, and then we went to a split squat, then we raised the foot. Now we're going to try to take all of the weight on one leg. As with your two-legged squat to the bench, you're going to drive back through the hips, counterbalance the weight going down by extending the arm forward, touch, and come back up.